Good evening, Mayor Armstrong and councillors. My name is Cheryl Gordyke, and together with my husband Nigel, we coordinate the Wilmot Terry Fox Run. We're here today to tell you a bit about the event. Every Canadian knows the name Terry Fox, but not everyone is aware of the accomplishments of this remarkable young man. Born in July 1958, Terry was only 18 years old when he was diagnosed with bone cancer, and his right leg was amputated above the knee. While in hospital, he saw the suffering of other cancer patients, many of whom were young children. Despite having to deal with his own pain, he decided to run across Canada to raise money for cancer research. He called this his Marathon of Hope. Starting in St. John's, Newfoundland in April 1980, Terry ran about 26 miles a day. After 143 days, having covered 3,339 miles, he had to stop running outside of Thunder Bay because the cancer had spread to his lungs. Before returning to BC for treatment, Terry vowed, "I'm going to do my very best. I'll fight. I promise I won't give up." Terry hoped to raise the equivalent of $1 for every Canadian to help fight cancer. On February the 1st, 1981, 5 months after ending his run, his dream was realized. The population at the time was just over 24 million. The Marathon of Hope raised a fund totaled $24.17 million. On June 28, 1981, just 1 month short of his 23rd birthday, Terry Fox died. One of his famous quotes is, "Even if I don't finish, we need others to continue. It's got to keep going without me." And of course, it has kept going. Terry's inspirational efforts have created a unique legacy that has touched millions of people. There are now over 9,000 Marathons of Hope across the world every year. In 2007, for example, 1/5 of Cuba's population took part in the Terry Fox Run. In keeping with the spirit of the original run, all fundraising is from pledges and donations only. The Terry Fox Foundation, which is overseen by his family, accepts no corporate sponsors and asks for no registration fees or minimum pledges. This is so anyone can get involved and contribute. Every run is coordinated by volunteers, not staff or professional fundraisers. We receive no operating budget to cover our costs. The Terry Fox Foundation is one of Canada's most efficient charities, with 84 cents of every dollar raised going to fund cancer research. To date, more than $700 million has been donated, making the Foundation one of the biggest non-governmental funders of cancer research in the world. This is used to cover the research costs for many different types of cancers. 1,152 projects have been funded to date for research into prevention, detection, and treatment. For example, imaging that detects if a patient's breast cancer treatment is working after just 1 week of therapy. A stem cell that can identify leukemia before it even begins to develop in a person. Understanding why some cancer tumors become resilient to drugs and others don't. These breakthroughs were all possible because of grants from the Terry Fox Foundation and Research Institute.
Good evening, Your Worship, councillors. My name is Nigel Gordyke, and I'd like to share some information about our local Terry Fox Run. The first run in New Hamburg was in 1996, with 10 participants raising $254, and there have been 15 local events since then. Although some years were missed, the past decade has been a model of consistency, with a Terry Fox Run every year since 2005. Last year, New Hamburg raised over $2,625, which ranked us at 14th nationwide for the percentage increase over 2013. Since the first run, we've raised $25,806. This year, we've changed the name from New Hamburg to the Wilmot Terry Fox Run. None of the other communities in the township has its own event, so we felt this was an opportunity to invite people throughout Wilmot to join us. We've been working to raise awareness of the change, and so far that seems to be paying off. We're grateful to some local publications that are helping us with this, including the Baden Outlook and the Stonecroft Shopping Guide, both of which have donated free space for us to advertise next month. So thank you for that. We're also looking at placing an ad in the New Hamburg Independent. As always, the run will be held the second Sunday after Labour Day, which this year is September 20th. Incidentally, just last month, MPPs at Queen's Park passed a bill to recognise the second Sunday after Labour Day as Terry Fox Day in Ontario. Registration for the run starts at 1 p.m. in Scott Park, New Hamburg, and we have 2 routes, 3.5 kilometres and 8.5 kilometres. This is a non-competitive, family-friendly event, and we welcome all abilities. You can walk, run, wheel or cycle, and do as much or as little of the route as you wish. People can sign up online to start collecting pledges, or they can make a donation at wilmotterryfox.ca. I'd like to end our presentation with some thank yous. There are a number of people who need to be recognised for their contributions to the Wilmot Terry Fox Run. Thanks to New Hamburg's Sobeys and Absolute Fitness, who provide refreshments every year, to the New Hamburg Independent for covering and promoting the event, to Harold Albrecht MP and Michael Harris MPP, who make time in their busy schedules and come to show their support, to the Township of Wilmot for waiving the permit fees for using Scott Park. As we've mentioned, we don't have an operating budget, so we need to avoid incurring any costs. To the volunteers who have coordinated or helped out over the years, but especially Steve, Julie, Olivia, Sam and Rob. It's not an exaggeration to say that without them we wouldn't have a Terry Fox Run here. Most importantly, thank you to everyone who has ever taken part or made a donation. Your compassion, effort and dedication continue to save and improve people's lives. And finally, thank you all for your time.
Thank you. So, does anyone in council have any comments or questions for the delegation? Councillor Barber.
Yes, thank you, Mayor Armstrong. No questions, just a big thank you to you as well for continuing the legacy. I like the Wilmot Terry Fox Run idea. I think that's a great way to include, sort of the entire municipality in the event. And that was, I hadn't heard the news about the second Sunday after Labor Day being Terry Fox Day in the province of Ontario. That should help not just your local event, but hopefully, Terry Fox runs across the province. So keep up the great work. Thanks.
Thank you very much.